Please, or do you need me to? Okay, there you are. All right, thanks everyone for getting on this tonight. Super awesome. And I love that Giovanna is counting to her child with fingers, which means he's being naughty, which is super awesome as well.
Hey, Christy,
What?
can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Debbie Pedersen, his mom.
Oh, Debbie.
Oh, awesome.
She's our newbie.
Woohoo!
I'm so excited for Debbie.
Thank you, Shay.
You're welcome.
So anyways, Sherry, Sarah, and I, we wanted to just kind of bring it to y'all tonight and just kind of keep it real and just kind of give you the dirty of what we want to do for the next few months, like fourth quarter. So we've all got a few different pieces that we're going to share. And if y'all have questions as we're going along, write them down or ask them. And yeah, so there you go, Miss Menzine.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go off of that video that I made a couple weeks ago about just kind of being completely honest with ourselves. I know I'm not the only one, and talking with Christy and Sherry, we all are feeling the same way, and we're pretty sure you do too. We're all so frustrated that things are kind of slow right now, and it's so frustrating. But I'm gonna take responsibility where I need to take responsibility. I've been lazy this summer. I've been so lazy, and you know what? As far as my team, I know my whole team has kind of been with me on that one. And so, sometimes it's okay. Life happens and everything. But with this business, you don't just become a millionaire overnight. You can't just sign up and expect that, after a month of posting once a day and talking to 3 people here and there throughout the week, that you're going to be making money. That's not how this works. And the same goes with us as being your leaders, just kind of, again, coming to Jesus kind of thing. We are going to be stepping up our game with you. And so if you guys can be completely honest with us, we're going to be completely honest with you, because, if there's a gray area, it doesn't really work, right? So what we as your leaders kind of want to do is we're this slow period, it's done. We are not putting up with it anymore. If you say it's not working for you, or no one's signing up, or nobody's answering me and stuff like that, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start asking for proof. If you're most times we don't really, we don't do that. But with my downline, I've been asking some of you to send me screenshots of you actually doing these things. So when you say, yep, I messaged 50 people, I'd be okay, send me screenshots. So if something isn't working, I know you're putting in the work. So maybe it's something we need to tweak, but if you're I know I did this with Christy when I first joined. I lied about how much I was doing and what I was doing. I mean, I was still enrolling people, but not as many as I could have if I actually did what my leader told me to do. And so quite a few of you also came to me after I made that video saying, all right, I want Ruby, or I want Diamond, or I'm sick of, just going through the motions and whatever, so let's go. And only one of you are still with me doing this. And so, Debbie, I don't want to scare you. I really don't.
Sorry.
This really isn't for you. But if you're really wanting to go Diamond and you want to be prepared for when those big bonuses come out again, whenever Mark brings them back, I'm not kidding around. We're not kidding around. We are going hard. And we have decided that, what, we're not going to ask something of you if we're not doing it too. So all day today, I've been on Instagram. Sherry's been doing looking at vendor stuff, I believe. Christy, we had another call or something. I don't know. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
But everything that we're going to be asking you to do is stuff that we're going to be doing ourselves. So if we can do it, anybody can do it. And really, all it takes to be successful in this business is to do just a little bit here and there. I mean, I know a lot of you have kids. I was in school too when I first started. We have jobs, we have other stuff going on, but 5 minutes here and there is not hard to do. Like, let's be honest. It's not hard. You text your mom, your best friend throughout the day. You're on Facebook all day. You're on Instagram all day. It's not hard to make a post. You know, what's hard is putting in the work and not seeing the results right away, seeing that paycheck right away. But that's what network marketing is. You know, you need to put in the work now to see it later. So what you put in now, you're going to see in 3 months, which everything we saw in June, everything we did in June, we're seeing it now, which what did we do in June or July? We didn't do anything. We didn't do shit, basically. I'm sorry. But we didn't. We were lazy. And so that's what we got now. What do we have to reap? We have nothing.
Well, and our confession was our team moves at the pace as the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And as leaders, we have not been doing a good job. And, you know, it's okay because we're not perfect either. And we slip and we fall down. So we just wanted to kind of be like, you know what? We're not doing what we should be doing. We're not doing what we promised you we would do.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's time to kick the ass.
Yeah. So it's like we kind of were just sick of it. And like personally with us, we're sick and tired of like, we have our leader meeting once a week and we come every week saying the same thing. We wish we could do more. We wish we had higher volumes. We wish that we could do that, but we didn't really do anything. And we saw that trickle down with you guys, and that always starts from the top.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're changing things now and we're going hard. And, you know, whatever pace you might be at or whatever pace you want to run at, we'll run with you. We'll walk with you. We'll hold your hand, whatever you need us to do. But, yeah, so I guess tonight, just like breaking everything in is kind of a, what would you like more from us kind of stuff. Like, what do you feel like you need more a day? Do you need us checking in more or like checking in every day? Do you need help with scripts of like what to say to people, how to close, how to post and everything? So I know Christy and Sherry have more to kind of give, but it was more of like we talked about having some tough love with ourselves and then tough love with those of you who are really wanting to go for bonuses or ranks or a certain paycheck, that like we're back and we are going to just like, we're going to do this, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited.
Awesome. Okay, so Sherry and Sarah and I came up with some good ideas of just simple, easy things y'all can be doing every day to work your business. And it's not going to take a lot of time. It's not going to take a lot of effort. I did it today in bed for an hour while I watched the Brady Bunch. So you're up, Sherry.
Okay. So again, these are things that we as well are going to be doing. So the first one is just some self-development. So whether you're reading a chapter in a book, you're watching a video, listening to something while you're doing all this other stuff, just a little bit of self-development, just so you can grow yourself. The second one is following up with loyal customers, potential loyals, and potential distributors. The third one is messaging 20 people, either Facebook or email, following up with. And then we have another one of messaging 20 more people on Instagram. And this fifth one might take just a few extra minutes, but your own original posts. A lot of times we take things from other people, but deep down inside, deep down in our hearts, we all have something to say. So just kind of work on that. I mean, even if they're not perfect at first, or they're just little bits, what product are you using this month? They can be really simple. It doesn't have to be heart to heart right away. It can just be, oh my gosh, I just tried the new orange greens and they're amazing. They taste so much better than the old orange greens. Something like that. A little bit more, but, just something quick and simple. And then now, with all the new algorithms and different things on social media with Facebook especially, we're basically calling it like a 2-5 rule. Basically, you're posting 2 posts about it works for the day, and then the other 3 it should be a 2-3 rule is what it should be.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
It's okay. 2 + 3 = 5, so it's okay. 2-3 rule. So the other 3 then should be about just your life and what you're doing, and your kids and just different things like that. And then another thing is just to add 20 new people on Instagram and add 7 new people on Facebook. And then these last couple really won't take long at all, is just saying happy birthday. We all get those reminders about whose ever birthday it is. Just reaching out, saying happy birthday. If you happen to have a picture, happy birthday picture, throw that up there with it. And then the last one is just to comment and doing some liking on both Instagram and Facebook. Super simple. I was just going to say, and again, we said it probably takes about an hour, and obviously you just don't have to sit down for an hour and do it all at once. You can break it up into little pieces throughout your day. And, it's not like you have to message all 40 people at one time or follow up with every single loyal customer that you have all in one day. Break it down to what's easy for you.
Mm-hmm. And Instagram isn't tracking messages yet either, like Facebook is. Like when you copy and paste messages to people, like we'd say like, hey girl, do you want to do this? And we send it to like 15 people on Facebook. Facebook tracks that, and that's not so great. Instagram doesn't do that. So if you do that on Instagram, you can just like paste, and in like 30 seconds you've messaged 20 people. So it makes life a lot easier.
Right.
Do these seem like things that y'all can do every day? Easy, simple things. Tabitha, give a big smile on your face. Here, I can unmute you.
I did. I think my biggest thing is Instagram. The more I try, I don't even think I have 20 people on my Instagram, honestly. I don't know how to do Instagram.
This is what I see about Instagram.
I watched that video on it, and that girl said to put hashtags, like 15 to 20 hashtags. Where do I put the hashtags at? Is it in the description? Like when I put like my child is driving, and then I just like underline it, go underneath it and put the hashtags, or is there a certain place, or?
You can put them anywhere, but here's my thing about Instagram or any of these things on the list. If Instagram is confusing, don't do it right now. Don't. Grow your business another way. These are just suggestions and things that we do. And I didn't do Instagram for the first year and a half, 2 years. Because it stressed me the hell out. And it still stresses me out, but I keep getting pulled back to it. So I'm like, okay, obviously I'm supposed to be working Instagram for a reason. So if it's easier for you to blitz a couple people a day when you're out running errands, then just blitz a couple people instead of working the Instagram. Or if you would rather talk to someone in person instead of just cold messaging them, then just go out and blitz people and talk to people, or call friends on the phone and talk to them instead of that messaging.
Mhm.
You know?
I'll try that. I do blitz, like, I take, every now and then, and I'll leave, like, if I go to the store, I'll leave the card, the coupon with the cashier, or I've gotten good at just handing them out, really, just saying, here you go, you can just take it and read up on it. Just on quick little spots. I'm waiting on some new cards to come in. I got to get some of them in.
Awesome. And, do what you're comfortable with. And even some of the things that you're not comfortable with, try them. Now, if it's going to take a lot of time and effort to figure it out, like Instagram it's more than a 5-minute thing to figure it out, then don't worry about it right now. Don't put something else on your plate that's going to be stressful.
Mhm. Well, and Jasmine is one of your uplines, and she's like an Insta queen.
Right.
So if you have any like Instagram questions, she is the person to go to.
Right.
Okay.
But the rest of the things, does that seem like things that everyone can do? Like they're all pretty reasonable, simple things? Yeah, everyone's pretty quiet. So, okay, I did not mute myself, which is good. So, okay, first, I'm going to draw the name. So I put all the names down on a piece of paper of who's on the call for the $25 visa. And
I think, Christy, I think Corey dropped. I think that's her, the other person who's on the phone.
Is it Corey?
I think. You might want to unmute her and just to ask.
Corey, are you on the call? Corey Gilbert?
I am. Jasmine. I'm on the call.
Oh, it's Jasmine. Okay, awesome. I'll put you in. Okay. So, because then I'm going to start talking a little bit, and I don't want to forget to do names at the end, so I'll just do them now. Because that's the exciting part, right? So if everyone's names folded up so no one's cheating. Kelsey, $25 Visa card. So Kelsey, send me a message on Facebook and remind me that you're the winner. Otherwise, I'll forget, because that's what my brain does. So anyways, so when Sarah and Sherry and I were talking, I'm going to unmute you, Sarah and Sherry, because I feel really weird if everyone's muted and I'm not. Like I'm a presenter, which I'm not a presenter. But when we were talking just yesterday or whatever, I was like, okay, so what do y'all want me to end with or talk about? And Sarah's like, why don't you talk about legacies, and why don't you just like try to fire us up that way? So, you
get so inspirational and deep, and like, I don't know about the rest of everyone on here, but then like when Christy gets to preaching about that stuff, then I'm like, yeah, all right, let's go.
All right, so
all right.
This is how I wanted it to start. So I want everyone to take quitting off the table, okay? Every single day we get up and we make choices, and it's not quitting. Every day we get up and we eat, we're not quitting, right? We're eating. I get my nails did. Every time I need a fill, I'm not like, oh, they're getting all ratchet, I'm just going to rip them off. I get a fill. I'm not quitting. My ruts, see that under my hat? I keep getting it. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, we don't quit on so many dumb things in our lives. We don't quit on going out with our friends. We don't quit on going shopping when we don't have money. Like, we don't quit on all of these things. So, I know we have a couple newbies on this call, so if I'm scaring you, you can just quietly get off the Zoom. But I want quitting to be taken off the table, because every single one of us joined this business for a reason. Whether it's an extra $100 a month or to become millionaires, because I'm all or nothing, whatever it is, we all join this company for a reason. And it's like, we need to just get back to the root of, why did you join this company? What do you want out of life? You know, really at the end of the day, are you happy with where you're at in life? Are you happy where you're at financially? You know, spiritually, emotionally? You know, are you doing all these things that you set out to do when you're a young girl and you're like, you know, when I grow up, I'm going to do all these amazing things, or I'm going to have like a big house, or, you know, all these cars, like, and then we just kind of stop dreaming because the world just keeps shitting on us and just kind of keeps telling us that we can't do it. But the awesome thing about It Works is it kind of gives us that ability to start dreaming again and to start thinking about, like, what do you want? What do you truly want to do with the rest of your life? Because like Sarah was saying before, I mean, there's a lot of things in life that are hard. You know, blitzing people is hard. Absolutely. I pretty much throw up before I go out blitzing every single time. I do. True story. But you know what? Being a special ed teacher, working with kids with behavior issues, not being home for my kids, that was super hard too. Making $32,000 a year, not getting very much in child support, making $50 a month too much to get any sort of assistance from the government to help with lunches, medical insurance. $50 too much is what I was making to get any sort of help. I was a single mom with 3 kids. That was so, okay, I can't swear, effing hard. I don't know if Javon is a little boy still on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's so many freaking things in this world that are hard. And you just have to kind of choose your hard. You know, it's not going to be easy, but if you worked for an hour or two every day at It Works for 5 years and then you were a millionaire, would it be worth it? You know, if you really sit down and if you track your time, you know, because I know a lot of people are strapped for time. I totally get that. But if you really tracked your time of how much time you just spend scrolling through Facebook, like my phone's been broken, so I've been using my husband's, and it's the most beautiful thing because I've never been so productive in the last 4 days than I have in probably the last 4 years. Because if I want to go on Facebook, I have to find his phone and then remember my password, or I have to walk into my office and come onto my iMac. I can't just sit like outside in the sun or in my bed and just scroll. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have like 5 more hours a day. You know, it's crazy. So it's like, find that time and figure out your why. And if you don't have a dream board, if you do not know what you want to be when you grow up, and I don't know, and I'm 40, actually I take that back. I am 40, I don't take that back. But I do know what I want to be when I grow up. I have a dream board. I have a dream ball. I have on my bathroom mirrors, I have written in marker, like the money I want every month, the different programs I want to start for the different groups of people in our community with foster care and with moms that are pregnant and addicted to drugs because we've been in the foster care system. You know, we've got all these goals, and it's like, if I don't keep that in front of me all the time, then I get lazy and I get complacent. And that double diamond paycheck is okay. We can pay our bills with it now. You know, I'm making way more than I was teaching. But then when I look at that dream board, I'm like, oh shit, like I've got lives to change. And, you know, my goal is to be presidential, but my volume is to be ambassador. And that money doesn't symbolize like what's going to go in my pocket. That money symbolizes like how many lives are going to change. Because here's the thing, y'all are on that chart, you know, and you're not an executive and you're not a distributor. Like you all have big parts on that chart, and that means your lives are changing. And if your lives are changing, think of all the people that are going to be below you, you know, underneath you on your team, and their lives are going to be changing too. You know, and I loved, like, I printed out some of these dream boards, you know, the corporate call, they had wanted us to make these. So as soon as Apple sends me my new phone, I'm going to make one because my husband doesn't have any cool apps like I do. And, I'm looking at Jasmine's and Shelby's. And, I printed Shelby twice. Sarah, yours was supposed to be in there. And, Kelsey's. And here's the thing. I'm not okay with being complacent anymore. And if y'all are making these dream boards, and if y'all are getting on these Zooms, and if y'all are getting in our faces, I'm going to remind you, these are your dreams. What are you doing to run after these dreams? Tonight, Sherry and I were chatting, and she responded and said, "You're so blunt, but then you end it with a nice little love name." Because I said something like,
You do have some yellow in you.
well, I said, "You need to get your shit together, Love Muffin."
Yep. That's what she said.
But I think that if we're not being honest with one another, and if we're not pushing each other outside that comfort zone, we're not going to grow. And we're not
with ourselves.
right. And we're not going to change lives. And we're not going to do all these amazing things that we wanted to do when we were little kids, and then the world told us that we couldn't. So it's get back to, I don't even care what rank you want. Don't even think about the rank. Think about everything you want to do and think about changing lives, and the ranks are going to come. Those charts are going to get filled in, and the money is going to be there without even, trying. It really is. Because if we're walking around with those blitz cards and we're like, who needs this? Who needs this? Because I can promise you, if you looked at me a few years ago, even as a single mom, I looked like I had my shit together. I was a teacher at a big, beautiful house, and I drove, a Volvo station wagon. So I looked like I had money, but on the inside, I was 30 pounds lighter than I am now because I couldn't afford to feed myself. I barely could have enough money to feed my kids. And all my money went towards my car payment and my mortgage because we needed a home to live in and a car to drive that was reliable. So, as you're walking around, bless everyone with those blitz cards because you don't know who needs them. Someone might look like they have all their shit together and, oh, look at her, she's got a Coach purse or Louis Vuitton shoes or whatever. It could all be on credit cards.
Like the Dons.
Yeah, you have no clue. And, we're coming into the busiest season of It Works. The next few months, things are going to pick up. I know they've been slow as hell. I get it. Totally get it. And again, Sarah, Sherry, and I apologize because half of it's our fault. We slowed down. We almost stopped, and that's our fault. Okay? But we're coming into the busiest time of the year. People want Christmas presents. They want welcome back to school presents for their teachers. They want to get in shape because of the New Year's. And then it's conference and everyone gets pumped up. So, take a few minutes tonight and just reflect and think, what do you want your legacy to be? If you died tomorrow, died in a year from now, what would people say about you? Like, wow, she gave back so much and she donated time and money. Or she always had a smile on her face and was always just, opening doors and friendly. What legacy are we leaving for people? So think about those legacies tonight. If you haven't made a dream board, make dream boards. If you have a downline, you're on this call and you have a downline, you get together with your girls and you make dream boards. I don't care if you have to Zoom it, Skype it, whatever. Those are so, so powerful because once you start dreaming, it's contagious. You just keep thinking of more things and it feels good. Like it feels good to get back to that spot in your life where it's like, you know what? I can have all this. God says you can, and then we keep letting the devil come in and try to distract us from it. So, we're not losing anymore. I put this photo on my Facebook wall tonight, and it's one of my favorite quotes, and it just popped up when I was looking for something to put on Facebook. And it says, they tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. So you know what? the more passionate you become about wanting to change your life, change other lives, make money, the more shit that's going to get thrown at you. And that's when you just have to dig in and you have to be like, you know what? That's fine. There you go, devil. You're out of my ear. There you go, haters over there. Like, focus forward. God's on my side. We're just going to do this. And
well, it's like I got to talk to Debbie on the phone yesterday before she joined, and it was really fun being able to tell her, like, we all join for ourselves. The reason why we join is usually for ourselves. Like, we want money, or we want freedom, or we want time, or, you know, we want more friends, or to be able to pay for a product credit, something like that. But the way you make money, like, after you join, like that's when thinking about yourself ends. You know, like, the only way you're really going to make money is by helping other people, whether that's in your downline or your customers or something like that. Like, you're blessed to be a blessing. And it's just like, I don't know, talking with her, like, it's such a good reminder to, like, you know, not be so like, I need to get this much volume, or I need to be at this rank, or I want this or that. And it's like, all right, well, I want to be a diamond, so I need these many rubies. All right, so who's going to be these rubies? Who do I get to, you know? It's so, like, when you have that shift in your mindset, like, it feels good.
it sure does. Well, and that's why when you're making dream boards, I've been calling them now like legacy boards. Because when you're talking about dream boards, I always feel like it's, I want a new car, I want a new purse, I want vacations. So when you're doing it, make sure that you're talking about what you want to give back to. What do you want to contribute to the world? How do you want to put your stamp on the world? And, you know, all the ones I've been seeing from our team, they're awesome because it is, you know, giving back and doing different things, you know, for other people. So remember that, because like Sarah just said, the more you bless others, the more blessings you're going to get your way. And, you know, we've been saying this over the last couple of weeks. You want $100 a month or you want $5,000 a month, you let your upline know. You let your sponsor know, and we will guide you. We will coach you. We will get on your ass when you want to quit or you're too tired. And, you know, just kind of push you to excellence. It's awesome. Like, it's, in 3 years, I've never had this much faith with the team that's in One Sexy. Like, everyone is just this perfect storm. And you hear, you know, sometimes Mark Pentecost talking about this perfect storm, and you're like, what the hell does that mean? I don't feel it. And right now, there's this perfect storm, and everything's just aligning together. It's crazy. It's so crazy awesome. Crazy, crazy awesome. So anyways, again, I just want you all to take quitting off the table. It's not an option. Not an option. Everyone, can you all commit to taking quitting off the table? Everyone's good with that? I know. Take it off the table. And when you do feel like you're tired, and when you do feel like you'd rather watch Netflix versus message people or write some posts, you know, message someone, reach out to someone and just say, hey, I don't want to do anything. I'm totally unmotivated. Would you set a timer for 30 minutes and I will work for 30 minutes and then let me know when I'm done? You know, just get clever. Reach out to other people. Oh, were we going to talk about accountability partners?
Mm-hmm. That's where, like, where I was talking about sending screenshots and stuff like that, because a couple of my downline, we've been doing that, and it's been working for accountability partners, and we've been showing each other, you know, that we are sending messages, we are making posts, or like in the notes, you know, on your phones, making posts for later. But you're thinking, like, when you get those creative juices flowing at like 1 a.m. and you're just like, well, great, what am I going to do now? I can't sleep.
Right.
Like, making those posts and like sending that to your accountability partner and being like, okay, I just put in a half an hour of work. Here's my work. So, you know, I'm working, like, and, you know?
Right. Well, and it's not because we care if you're working your business or not. Like, this is for you. You know, it's, oh, Giovanna just said that's genius, Sarah.
Thanks, girls. Gotcha.
It's just to keep yourself held accountable because we're humans. We're lazy. We're slackers. That's just who we all are. And if you know that you're checking in with someone and they're not making money off of you, and it's just to be a support system and keep you on track, you're going to do so much better. You know, if I check in with my upline, you know, it's harder because I know she's always thinking of money in the paycheck, so, which is true, you know, so I like to have people that are on my sideline that I don't affect their income to just bounce ideas off of and keep me on track. So, do y'all want accountability partners? Do you want to?
Courtney's all in.
I know. How can we do this so it's easiest? Sherry and Sarah, y'all are organized. How should we figure out who wants them?
Sam said yes.
Us. Do y'all want to put it in the chat and just write yes if you'd like an accountability partner? Because then what we'll do is we'll match you up with someone and one's sexy, but it's not going to be an upline or downline. It's going to be someone you don't know, and that way you're going outside that bubble, that little safe bubble, and you know, you're just connecting with someone else. And if you decide later on that you want an accountability partner, all you have to do is message one of us and we can hook you up with someone. And y'all can work it however you want. It doesn't have to be every day. It can be once a week. It can be 8 times a day, however it works for everyone. So then we can look at the chat and write them down and hook people up. So how do you, here I'm unmuting everyone. So if you're super loud, you can mute yourself, but like, does it hit you anywhere when I talk about like your legacy? And if you died tomorrow, what stamp would you be leaving on this earth?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I know I went to the funeral last weekend, and after the funeral, or the weekend before, I was like, oh my God, this young student of mine who's 14, 15, did all these amazing things, and what have I done? Like, I need to focus and, you know, do more things that I want to accomplish. You never know. I think we're putting Tabitha to sleep. Like relaxing yoga music for her, meditation music. Like, oh yeah. So I know. So anyways, I hope that this inspired y'all a little bit, but really think about those dreams and think about the legacies that y'all want to leave. And just, you know, really think about it tonight and then make that decision, make that leap of faith. You know, message your sponsor, message someone or post it somewhere and just say, I'm all in, you know, and take quitting off the table. That's all we got to do. Well, that's all I have. Does anyone else have anything?
I posted a video in One Sexy
Okay.
of Jade Hooper. It's the one that I've posted before that I've watched myself probably 18 or 20 times. But in there she talks about the season that we're in right now, August through December. What she did her first, like because she signed up in August, what she did August through December and how it affected her business January through May. Like she went from making like $200 a week with her hair salon to over 12 grand a month. So I did put that in there because that one always gets me fired up, and it's so perfect for this season right now.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was a good reminder, Christy. I think when we talked earlier that you said like it's not just us going through this like little bit of a slow season. Like presidential's ambassadors are feeling it too, and like everybody's kind of fighting to like maintain or just be like not wanting to quit kind of thing. And especially for people who are like rubies or below and I mean, all of us on this call besides you, Christy, we're like within our year or just about a year or less, and we haven't gone through these seasons yet. But like everybody talks about, these are seasons. This isn't the first time this has happened. It goes through ebbs and flows. And so for me, like, it was kind of an aha moment knowing like, all right, we're kind of in this like low period. Now it's going to go up high again. Low period, up high again. And so like everybody's feeling this, and it's not just us, but we're planting seeds for what's going to happen later. You know, so we can't just, you know, quit or slack, and we're not doing anything wrong. It's just like, you know, kids are finally going back to school. Moms are going to be more free. That's perfect. Well, college students are going back to school. It's stressful right now. They can't really handle taking on a new business, but you know what? Like in a month or so, when they can't really afford food or going out with their friends like they thought they would, they're going to need some extra income. Or that freshman 15 hits a lot faster than we all thought it would. You know? So it's a perfect season, but like right now it's a season. Like it's a slow season, and it'll pass and it'll be fine. And so I think hearing you say that, and then it kind of just finally clicks that this has happened before, it's going to happen again. And so what we do now is going to affect later, which is so totally true.
And work on that personal development. When you're going through slow seasons and you're messaging people and everyone's ignoring you or saying, yep, in a month or two, or I'm not interested now, listen to motivational videos and work on yourself. Because Savannah was saying a week ago, she goes, you know, I'm finally ready for distributors. And she was like, if I would have gotten distributors a few months ago, I would have sucked at training them. They probably would have quit. And so I really believe that God brings people into our lives when we're ready. So, you know, this spring, I almost didn't sign any distributors up, and I was okay with that because my oldest was struggling and moving away. We had a foster baby. We were moving back. We had a custody dispute. My identity was stolen. I did not have time to focus on anyone. So use these different seasons to plant those seeds to really grow yourself. You know, it's okay to take a half an hour a week just to be by yourself and unplug from the world and just have that time to recharge and fill your cup up. Take this time. Pour back into yourself. Because it's going to come full circle and it's going to explode. And once business picks up now in the next couple weeks, y'all are going to be chasing your tails because you're going to have so many parties, so many wrap appointments, so many new people trying to keep track of, which is an awesome thing. But, you know, coming off the slow period, you'll be like, oh boy, I wish I was more organized. I wish you know, so.
I think that, like, with the seasons too, like, especially for me and, like, Savannah, like, had I gotten a distributor a couple months ago, I probably would have thumped it.
Right.
And, like, now I feel like even though this is our slow season technically, it's, like, our busiest season to develop ourselves.
Right.
Because then come winter, we're, like, not thinking about ourselves, we're thinking about everyone else, but we've already built ourselves up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super excited. I can't wait for the boom.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome. Get ready. Get prepared. Work diligently every day, a little bit every day. And like I said, no quitting. Take quitting off the table. Don't look at ranks. Don't look at how many boxes you need filled. Figure out that legacy you want to leave. Take quitting off the table, and you'll go right to the top. It really is that easy. It really is.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
So when I was worried before about getting distributors, it was because I wanted to promote. So I was just waiting for distributors. So now that I have a different approach, instead of just trying to fill those boxes like Christy just said, I went out and I got a folder and a notebook for each distributor that I signed up. And then I also filled each folder with information, like a distributor checklist, different things that are in the eSuite documents. And I got it ready for that person so that I can pour into that person. Before, I think I was just waiting for a distributor to come to me and ask me questions. Now I feel confident going to a person because I have all this information prepared and I'm ready to pour into them instead of just waiting for them to ask me questions. And I feel so much more confident and so much more ready to sign up distributors. So it was really helpful and motivating to do that. So.
Yeah. If you want those distributors, go get the folders, get them ready.
Yeah.
Because Savannah was like, you do that? I'm like, yeah, I am telling the universe I'm changing 5 lives this month. Or I'm changing the next 5 lives he brings. Yep, Sarah. Or instead of putting a time frame on it, like I'm changing 5 lives this month, I'm changing the next 5 lives that God brings into my life. You know, think of it that way. We shouldn't put this time frame on it because our next rock star might be from Italy, but they just had an earthquake yesterday. So instead of them reaching out to you now, they're in the middle of turmoil. They might reach out to you in 2 months when they really need the money and life settles down. So, you know, let's not put these stipulations on God like, I need it now. Right now, this month, 5 of them. I'm going to get 5 runners. They're going to be awesome. I'm going to change their lives, and I know they're coming. Boom, that's it. Right?
Right.
Well, I'm super excited to hear what everyone wants to do to change the world. I hope that y'all post it somewhere or message me or tag us or whatever, because I just love to see everyone's dreams and what they want to do and how they want to change the world. It's awesome.
#RatMeg, #RatMeg.
Right? Absolutely. Maybe that should be a goal. Maybe we should all have those up in the next 3 to 4 days. You know?
Yeah, Mark said, so if we don't have them up already, you guys are slacking somewhere.
I don't have a phone right now.
Chris, you're out right now. You're too old school to handle right now.
Old school. But anyways, I will get it done just for you, Nikki.
Thank you. Don't do it for yourself and Mark.
I know.
Do it for the Pentecost branch.
Hell no. That'd be too crazy.
Too country.
Being around all those Pentecosts at one time, I think that would stress me out.
Too many millionaires. I can't handle it. Too many millionaires.
Oh my gosh. Just the energy they bring. I think I'd be on sensory overload. Love it. All right, Jill, have anything else you want to add?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
You guys do not want to miss next week's training. I have a huge guest, someone that a lot of you have watched their videos, and we are going to be interviewing her live next week on the training. And so you guys want to be on it, and your downline needs to be on it because, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So think of questions. Even, I know y'all had given Sarah some questions, but if you could ask someone in the top 500 of the company, 200 of the company a question, what would it be? You know, think of that and get it to Sarah so she can kind of formulate what questions she wants to ask. I mean, it's kind of our good shot at asking about volume or income producing activities or blitzing tips or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be like that post I had once actually a couple weeks ago about like if you could ask a presidential ambassador anything, what would it be? This is who we're asking. So like I said, it's going to be more of like an interview style. I'll be interviewing them, and at the end she might have time for some extra questions. So if there's something that you really want to know, let me know, because she wants to have them beforehand.
Right.
And everything. So I'm so excited. You guys have to be on it. It's going to be at 9 next Wednesday, a little bit later.
Okay.
I work at Hy-Vee. I was like, who's calling in sick for me? Who's calling?
Yeah.
That's perfect, because I have a party at 8.
Awesome.
Okay. Perfect. So oh my gosh.
It'll be awesome. All right. Well, everyone have a great night. See y'all.
Bye.